Hey, hi everybody. So I was posting about my 30-day breakaway run this morning, and somebody commented on my post that running is you versus you. And I responded. I said, "Yep." I said that, and the sooner you learn that, the quicker you get better. And I told him I had a funny story about that, and so I've shared this with you before, but I think it's worth sharing again. So when I um, um, did my first half marathon, I didn't really properly train for it because I wasn't expecting to do it, and so but I went ahead and I did the race, and there was a guy from Gimli running it, and I won't mention his name because I have no idea if he would appreciate that. But so what happened was we were in this race, we're in the marathon, and the way the course was set up is you run you there's a turnaround point, and so all runners kind of meet up with each other. And so I was running and I was at mile 7. And this guy here from Gimli, he was at mile 12. And I spent the rest of the race kind of mad at myself because I let him get so far ahead of me, and how in the world did he do this, and all that. And I was comparing myself to him. And the thing is, um, if you know if you compare us, basically here I am, almost 6'5". At that time I was over 300 pounds, um, and I didn't properly train for it. I was running for a few years at that point, but I was no great runner. You know, and this guy, I referred to him on my stories before as a machine. This guy is a runner. He is fast, and he is ripped with muscle. So why was I comparing myself to him? Um, but I spent literally the next year mad at myself because this guy, the machine, got so far ahead of me. And so what happened was, I think it was the next year I did the 10K, and I in that race was my sister Elaine and our friend Carrie. Um, Carrie was the one who actually got helped get me into running, and she introduced me to Beachbody and that. So I'll call her out on here. So all three of us were doing the 10K. Started the race, they took off. I, for about a minute, tried to catch up to them. Yeah, no, they were gone. And again, for the next year, I was mad at myself that they got so far ahead of me, I couldn't catch them. What made it worse is they didn't even know that I was trying to catch them. They were just running their own game. And so now this is going on 2 years that I was pretty upset with myself that I couldn't, that I was at mile 7 and the machine was at mile 12. So 2 years I compared myself to that guy, and a year that I compared myself to Carrie and Elaine. And then I guess what was happening is I was running here in town, and I remember this. I was going through Lonely Beach and running by myself, mad because these three people are so much better than me, and oh my god, just. And I said something to myself that kind of turned the light bulb on. And I said to myself, I said, here I am, 300 pounds. Those two girls together probably don't weigh 300 pounds. you know, how do I expect myself to keep up to them? And then that's when the light bulb went on, and I went, wait, what? I mean, it's true. Both of them together don't weigh 300 pounds. And so why am I expecting to be able to keep up to them? And then I started thinking about the machine. And I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute. This guy's at least 6 years younger than me. He is built like a brick, you know what, house. He's a runner, like so far advanced than I am. So why am I expecting to be able to keep up to him? And then that was when my attitude started changing, that wait a minute, like this, the only one I should be getting better than is myself. And from that day on, my attitude kind of started changing, you know, like, okay, maybe I should not compare myself to these three. I mean, why do I need to be better than them? You know, really, the only reason I need to be better than them is for my ego, to say that, ha ha ha, I'm better than them. But you know, and that, you know, I wouldn't even think that if I was better than them. You know, like, so, you know, mind games that you play with, you know, that go on in your head is crazy sometimes, you know. And, you know, when I so badly want to say his name, but I don't know if I should. People around here in Gimli would probably figure out pretty quick who he is, but that's okay. But when he was on mile 12, I was on mile 7. You know what he said to me? He gave me the big thumbs up and he said, "You've got this, Al. You're doing it. You're doing good. Keep going, man." And he took off. And you know what? That's what runners do. Everybody supports each other. Everybody encourages everybody. And that is what I like about running, is the better runners always encourages the faster runners. Okay, we won't say better. The faster runners always encourage the slower runners. And that's what I love about the running community.